Right.
And he looks like that. He's like that fire. I've seen exactly that. So you want to talk about what the real controllers of the Greys are? It looks like Sauron.
Have you ever had a significant head injury? You have? What happened to you? What happened to you?
You know, they're got an NPR piece coming out next week that I pile drive some guy. I never did that.
What happened? What happened to your head?
I've been pile drived.
Somebody pile drived you? Mm-hmm. And what happened? How old were you?
I was about 13.
13.
14.
Somebody pile drived you in your head. Did it change your personality?
I got up and punched him in the throat, and they had a tracheotomy. I almost died.
Wow. So was it a
It was
friend
like
of yours?
it was like the state wrestling champion middleweight, and his cousin or something. And Dallas was like this, like, you know, got me down. I was never starting fights, man. These people. Here's the thing: I'm not a victim of racial attacks. I'm not like Jeffrey or Jesse Smollett. Because I fought rednecks and I got my leg broken, you know, by.
So this guy pile drived you on your head when you were 13.
Yeah, and then
what did it do to your personality?
And then I had to fight his whole family. Well, fight most of his family. It was a game changer.
Did it change? But do you have any significant change from that head injury? Sometimes when people have head injuries, especially, it seems like young people.
Stuff just got better after that.
Really?
Oh,
a lot of. That's pretty good timing.
He's all Joe's all serious. Like, dude, we got to get to the root of this.
That's good timing.
That's
happened to a lot of folks.
There's no doubt.
My friend Dave Foley was just on here, and he was talking about how he got drunk and he fell down and cracked his head. It's crazy, but it cured his depression.
Yeah, let me explain this. Any given time, if somebody's a regular guy and I would never start a fight, they kick my ass. Like the average 150-pound guy, you're probably kicking my ass. But when like a bunch of people are coming after me, it's like Darth Vader. And when I was a kid, I mean, I learned right away. Like the first time I bashed somebody's head into the concrete when they attacked me, I got hard in hell.
But when the kid dropped you on your head, what effect did it have on you physically?
It was by the field house because his cousin had attacked me and I beat him up. And so the state wrestling champ, who's like a senior, comes and goes, "Oh yeah," and he slammed around and he got up when my head was bleeding like he'd won, and I punched him in the neck and broke his. They had a tracheotomy. He almost died. I was like, "Yeah, he almost killed me." He was like, he couldn't, like he slammed me in the ground. My head's bleeding, all these stitches right here, and then he couldn't believe when I got up and said, "Well, you die." He couldn't understand like the energetic equivalence.
He couldn't understand being the nail. You could only understand being the hammer.
He didn't understand that. And then they took me to jail, but they let me go. I'm not some tough guy. The point is, I'm getting killed. I'm gonna fight back. And so Dallas was like.
So what happened to your head after that?
I mean, I never even got knocked out in that one. They slammed my head in the ground, and I remember like everybody made the joke because the concrete cracked.
Oh, Jesus
It was like
Christ.
on the edge of the concrete. He pile drive me right into the concrete and like split my head way open. That's a true story. And I remember just getting up. It was like slow motion, pushing right in the neck. And the ambulances and the police came. There was that story.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, they took me to jail for that, but then they let me go.
They didn't check your head? Did you tell them you got pile drive?
No, they sewed it up.
They sewed it up in the jail?
Fine.
But they didn't like check to see if you had a severe concussion or anything?
Subdermal hematoma, no.
Wow.
Go ahead, Joe. Admit it.
Admit what?
You think that he's a conspiracy theorist because he got dropped on his head?
I think there's something to people that have had head trauma that become brilliant at speaking things.
It's true. The black
Sam
dude only
Kinison.
lost
I don't
the
think
fight.
he got dumped
the
that
black
hard.
dude.
It doesn't sound like he
his name was
really
Corey
got
Strange.
dumped.
His name was Corey Strange. The only reason he won was he was better and more powerful than me. He had like fucking. He had 6 packs. Look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, black dude. He waited and gloated while blood was coming out of my head.
Oh shit!
The only reason he lost was he gloated.
Yeah, and
he was way more
behind him. But you broke the concrete with your head. That's big.
No, you didn't. The concrete didn't actually break, did it?
Maybe it didn't, but they made the joke.
Okay, so either it did or it
you got
didn't.
knocked out.
He still got spiked on his
Were you
head on
knocked
the
out
concrete.
cold?
No.
Dude, getting spiked on your head on the concrete.
Other than me choking myself with other
Fuck.
people for fun, I've never been knocked out.
Okay, so I don't think.
One time a guy hit me
I don't
in the
think he
head
got
with
dropped
post hole
on,
daggers.
on his head that hard.
Incorrect. You're incorrect. You
I don't
absolutely.
think so. I think he barely tapped his head. He would have been knocked out.
Maybe not. It doesn't matter. Like sometimes people get knocked out through severe head injury. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes their head cracks.
What you say is true. My dad.
But hold on. Sometimes they never lose consciousness. You can't think that they always lose consciousness. Sometimes
when
their head
I would
gets
get
cracked.
knocked out, I would see like numbers like I was a robot. Like red. I would see like everybody sees red. It was
Yeah.
like, it was like no, I'm not kidding. No, that's your story. That's your story.
Dude, man, when you get dinged, there's something about getting dinged with a punch and you see that flash and you realize that like your central nervous system is like 30% functional. You're like, whoa. Very weird feeling.
See, Joe's done it. That's what the people say, see stars. Yeah. That's why the Luciferians said, oh, Hollywood stars, because they'd seen the stars. Like each star is like a whole data bank. And I remember like some dude choking me and like guys are like, some dude's like pulling a knife out and you see that knife pulling out. You're like, and like, and at that point, you see everything. For only those minutes when everything's clear, it's like
survival motions.
But then you see like the wars and the attacks and the submarines and the spacecraft and like it's like when you dial into that, it's like total war. It's like.
Didn't you say that when your friends would choke you out, you'd have like these long dreams?
Oh yeah, no.
Only be out for
I
a couple
remember being in
seconds?
junior high, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, because I got choked out a couple other times, and I finally stopped. And there'd always be like guys like, it's incredible. We do this during lunch, and we go back and like someone would press on their arteries and like. The bad times when you hit your head, but it'd be like one time, like I remember this one time, they choked me out, and also it was like a black knight with a sword goes and like attacks me on this horse, and then like it went, and then I was like in England thousands of years ago, and I had this wife and these kids, and it was a whole lifetime like taking care of them and like growing food, and like a kid starved to death and died, and it was like just those moments were like whole lives. Dead kids, everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, you dial into all those ancestors, and it was like my kids and kids starving to death and like people attacking us.
So you think all that information from your ancestors somehow or another encoded somewhere in your body?
It's definitely encoded, Joe.
That makes sense if you think about what reincarnation must feel like. You know, when people have that feeling, they have this feeling that they lived before.
Our whole bodies are everybody before us.
Right. Well,
it's not quite exactly. So people, they underestimate. They go, oh, I lived before. No, they all lived before.
That would also explain certain fears that people just have as children. Like children have a fear of animals. Like you see an animal with big teeth. Children have a natural fear.
They've never been attacked by a cave, but their ancestors got killed by them.
Yeah, they probably got attacked by some bear somewhere, and and somehow or another they got through and they survived,
and that left
DNA
a psychic impression on the whole tribe.
Yep. It makes sense how animals learn things. I mean, animals just know things. My dog.
You know about epigenetics? They have studies where they can take 10-generation chickens in closed. UT did a study on this like 20 years ago. And fly a hawk over, they all ran scared.
Yep.
They fly a triangle, nobody cares. The exact shape of a hawk makes all the chickens run because it's programming.
Exactly.